wabarakatuh. It's a pleasure to be here. My name is Abdurrahman Latif. I'm here on behalf of Kaplumbaghan Heybasi, a Turkish children's education organization, alhamdulillah. We're here to present our children's book, The Tale of Ibrahim bin Adham. Ibrahim bin Adham was a Sufi saint and paragon of virtue and spiritual striving. He passed away around the end of the 8th century. In this contemplative children's book, inshallah, his story is retold based upon the telling of Farid ad-Din Attar in his work Tazkirat Awliya, which is a text talking about the biographies of many of the friends of Allah Ta'ala, many of the awliya. Farid ad-Din Attar is also famous for his other work, Mantak at-Tayr, the Conference of the Birds. So this is his version of the story of Ibrahim bin Adham, adapted for current audience, inshallah ta'ala. So without further ado, you can also look up this ebook on our website, inshallah, which we will share with this video. And you can find it in more than 15 languages. Actually, I think more than 17 now, alhamdulillah. Many translators have been working pretty actively on this. Without further ado, inshallah, I'll get started. So, Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. The Tale of Ibrahim bin Adham, illustrated by Hediye Sumeira Korkmaz, project coordinated by Romesa Ozturk. Ibrahim was the prince of mighty Balkh and lived in a palace of silver and gold. The paintings on his walls were masterpieces, their many colors unfamiliar and bold. His servants ran to grant his every whim, maybe midnight mango sherbet and a quick swim. He listened to his jester tell endless jokes. He took a falcon and hunted with his folks. His sitarist played crazy keystrokes. His tailor fashioned the most elegant cloaks. He played chess and checkers for hours and hours on end. Every day he talked to a fresh, funny friend. But he frowned often, scowled more, and felt hollow for some reason. Everyone knew something was wrong, but to say so was treason. He filled the emptiness with gems and visits to the zookeeper, but the distractions made the hole inside much steeper and deeper. He was searching for something far greater, more than all he knew. But where it was, what it might mean, and why he wanted it, he had no clue. One night, he lay restless, trying to sleep, when he heard a tap, tap, tap. He tried so hard to close his eyes, but it hit him wham like a slap. It came from above his gold ceiling. It sounds like footsteps. His mind was reeling. He ran to his marble balcony wearing his ruby slippers and his fanciest PJs. He was shocked to see a man above the room whose eyes darted around in a haze. "Hey, you, what are you doing high up over there?" Ibrahim cried out. The man said, "I'm looking for my camel. Have you seen it about?" Ibrahim laughed. "You're not going to find a camel on a roof. Dear God, in my whole life, I've never seen such a goof." "But look at you," the goof solemnly said. "Seems to me that you're spiritually dead. You think you'll find God in all these silks and jewels? You lose yourself in worldly things, just like the fools. I'll find my camel on clouds in the night sky before you find any peace in this glittering lie." Ibrahim was lost. He had nothing to say. The man on the roof turned, then walked away. Ibrahim tried to nap, but the feather blanket was heavy as lead. The flowery, perfumed air smelled nasty, like old and moldy bread. All the gold reflected an image of his sorrowful face. He felt utterly alone, as if stranded in outer space. Ibrahim left the palace in the dark, panicking. From luxury itself he fled. Into the forest he went as fast as he could till he came to a soft riverbed. It was almost dawn, so he used the cold running water to prepare to pray. He prostrated on the muddy earth and to Allah cried his loneliness away. His fancy pajamas were dirty. There was mud smeared right across his brow. But in the wind he felt mercy. There was a surge of joy in his next bow. I have nothing but Allah, he murmured quietly as the sun rose. I never had anything but Allah. At last he began to doze. When he next woke up, it was in both body and soul. Power and glory, wealth and fame, none were now his goal. He'd seek Allah in the open, in the path, and in his heart. He would be Allah's friend, and wandering the earth was the start. Years later, leaning against a dusty wall, his cloak of patchy wool, he'd see a familiar man guiding a camel and meet his gaze smile full. Jazakallah khair for listening. Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen. And once again, this is from Kaplumbaan and Hagbasi. You can see us on our social media over here. Alhamdulillah, this is the website and the Instagram. You can find it there in over 17 different languages. Alhamdulillah. Jazakallah khair. Eid Mubarak.